So now that we are live, right, we're going to create first, our first step is to create, our first step is to create and launch a configuration, okay? So we're gonna come here to the EC2 dashboard and type and just click launch configuration, okay? That's gonna be our very first step. Remember, 2 steps to create auto-scaling group. First to create the launch configuration and then the auto-scaling group, okay? Create the launch configuration. Guys, and you will tell me how similar is this to creating an EC2 instance. So my NCI or my first launch configuration. Okay, my first launch configuration, AMI. So it's gonna load a bunch of AMIs for me, but the one that I need is not here. So what I have to do, and I will paste it on Slack. I will get the AMI from here. Okay, this is the latest AMI for Amazon Linux 2. Okay, so latest AMI for Amazon Linux 2. Okay, I pasted it there on Slack. So we're gonna get this guy and go back to here and paste it here, right? And immediately it's gonna show the AMI that we need. It's Amazon 2 AMI, as you can see here, Amazon 2 AMI. So we select it. And now we're gonna choose the instance type. Okay, you see, this is like the skeleton for an EC2 instance, right? So we choose an instance type. So right now we have a bunch of instance types here. We're gonna type T2.micro, which is the one included in the free tier. Okay, so we're gonna click here, right? And select it, right? So far we selected the AMI, the instance type, and then we're gonna continue. We don't need any of this. We don't need a role right now. We don't need to enable detailed monitoring. No, no, no. We don't need anything EBS optimized. No, no, no. The root volume is going to be the one. Remember, guys, when we create an EC2 instance, it's almost the same, right? Almost the same. So right now, I'm going to select an existing security group. And I have here the Apache Web Server security group that contains, remember, the Elastic Load Balancing security group. It doesn't matter. We're going to change it later. Okay, perfect. So we continue. Are we going to use a key pair? Maybe. I'm going to choose the one that I had before. So you can do the same. Again, going back, the name of the launch configuration, the instance type, which I posted on Slack, not the instance type, the AMI. We choose the instance type T2.micro, which is the one included in the free tier, right? Remember, this is the AMI. This is the instance type. Okay, it's the same thing, right? And we don't do anything with the request spot instances, nothing with the role. We don't enable detailed monitoring. We don't launch anything optimized, EBS optimized. The root volume is the same. You can add a volume if we want to. We don't want to do that. I choose the same security group that I chose before, right? The key pair right here. And that's it. I launch the launch configuration. Perfect. You see, this is like the skeleton. This is what auto-scaling is going to use to create instances, right? So it's going to use this guide here that contains an AMI, contains an EC2 instance type, contains a security group, right? And a key pair. That's it. So second step is auto-scaling group. So we click here. And the very first step is to select what launch configuration we're going to select. See here? So I'm going to say my first auto-scaling group. I have to give it a name, right? We haven't created a template. So what we created was a launch configuration. So we're going to switch to launch configuration, switch to that, and then we select the one that we created. Now, auto-scaling group, every time that it creates an EC2 instance, it's going to use this launch configuration that contains an AMI, as you can see there. It's going to create Linux, Amazon 2 Linux instances. It's going to use this T2.micro instance type. That's going to be the size of the instance. And this is going to be the security group. Okay.
Hey, Professor, where did you go for this page?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. So you come here under launch configuration auto-scaling group.
Oh, okay.
So you click on that.
I went to launch templates and was the wrong spot.
No, you have to switch to launch configuration.
Okay.
Okay. And it says before it says launch template. Now it says launch configuration. And it will show here the one that we just created. Okay.
Gotcha.
And this is my first auto-scaling group. So you can say ASG if you want to. Okay. So next, we're going to use this VPC, right? And I'm going to use 3 availability zones, the same as the load balancer, as the EC2 instances, A, B, and C. Okay. So it's a multiple selection, A, B, and C. Okay. Just click on A, click on B, click on C. Right? You see, guys? That's the network part. This is where we're going to deploy the instances in this VPC, in this availability zones, right? Instead of creating the instances in the EC2 dashboard, like one instance in A, one instance in B, one instance in C, we can do it this way, and then auto-scaling will do it the best way possible. Okay. Next step, we're gonna say, I'm gonna attach a load balancer. Okay. Attach an existing load balancer. I'm gonna choose a classic load balancer, and that's gonna be my classic load balancer right here. Okay, perfect. Right. Health checks. I want the health checks to come from the last load balancer. Okay, not EC2 instances, Elastic Load Balancer. Okay, so there's gonna be a time between checks, and that's 5 minutes. That's very long. Okay. Well, actually, this is 300 seconds. It says that this is the amount of time until EC2 auto-scaling performs the first health check. So you know that it takes time to create, register to the last load balancer, and then it does the first health check. Okay, after the instance is in service, 300 seconds is fine.
But there's two auto-scaling groups. One, EC2 auto-scaling and an ELB auto-scaling, right?
No, this is health check. Health check. This is not auto-scaling. This is health check. Okay. So we want
just reading the message underneath the grace period.
Here?
Yeah, so the health check until EC2 auto-scaling.
The auto-scaling also does the check as well, but the last load balancer is more effective because it's the one that is in front of the instances.
What I'm trying to say is they both, it means both ELB or EC2 auto-scaling will perform the health checks, right?
Yeah.
Because it's only saying EC2 auto-scaling.
Right, and this is just selected by default, so I want to select this one too, because this one is more effective. Okay, so I'm going to do next, and now is when you choose the desired capacity, maximum capacity. So I want to have 4 instances at all times. The minimum capacity is 2, and the maximum is 6. Okay. So you specify the size of auto-scaling group by changing the desired capacity. You can also specify minimum and maximum capacity limits. Your desired capacity must be within the limit range. So as soon as the auto-scaling is created, it's going to create 4 instances just right there because that's the desired capacity. Okay, so if we can take a look at auto-scaling group, EC2 auto-scaling group, right? Minimum maximum and desired. Okay. So let's see here. We see here, let me see what we have here. So it says here, if you use to automatically scale group, the maximum limit lets Amazon EC2 auto scaling scale out the number of instances as needed to handle an increase in demand. Just in case there's an increase in demand, this is the maximum it can get to, 6 EC2 instances. The minimum limit helps ensure that you always have a certain number of instances running and all the time. And the capacity is what you have at that moment, how it starts with that, right?
So, Professor, like in our example right now, we have taken minimum as 2 and desired as 4. So,
Mhm.
when we create this auto scaling group, we'll have 4 running as of now, and that maximum limit 6 will only be reached if we make some scaling policy and
Yeah,
cloud watch, right?
yes, it only gets to 6,
Okay.
no more than that.
But 6, it will achieve 6 only in case of cloud watch and scaling policy.
Exceeds the desire, not the maximum.
Yeah, exceed the desired, yes.
Okay, good. So here I can enable scaling protection. It means that no matter what scaling policy I have, it is protected against scaling in. I don't want to choose that. Okay. This is just choose a desired outcome and leave it to the scaling policy to add or remove capacity as needed to achieve that. I don't want that. I don't want to do that for now. So none.
For the previous
Okay.
page, do we need to enable the metrics for CloudWatch?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. So next, here, I can add a notification that will let me know when an instance is launched, terminated, fails to launch, fails to terminate. Okay, so you can create a topic here, and call it my auto scaling group notification. Okay, event, right? I'm gonna just put my email, right? And that's it. It will send me an email to confirm because it has to confirm. The subscription will be pending until I confirm. Okay. So I hit next, leave this checked because we want to get a message when this happens. I can add another notification just in case I want to do another one. For now, next. So now I can give it a tag, and this is the tag that every single instance is going to get. So I'm going to say, guys, I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake. Wow, man. Guys, I forgot to add the user data in the launch configuration. Right now, we're not going to be able to display anything in the browser. So forgive me, I have to go back. Let's do it quickly. I'm going to create another launch configuration. This is not good, guys. Let me copy this guy. I'm going to use it. I forgot to do that.
Can we leave the other auto scaling open without canceling it and just open a new tab? And
well, you have to go back and change the launch configuration.
okay, so just cancel it then.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to do less work.
Yeah, my first launch configuration. You can do it faster now.
So delete this other one.
Yeah. Yeah, because you cannot edit it. Configuration. And then the AMI copy from Slack is right there, right? Instance type, T2.micro, okay? Okay, and the rest is the same. Security group, we can select the one that we selected before. And we have here advanced settings. Where is it? Here, advanced details. And this will put this guy here, okay? So here under additional configuration optional, you click on advanced details, and this is when we put the host name. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna say bin bash because we want to differentiate one instance from the other. Why install? I mean update, and then yum. That's why install HTTPD, and then system CTO. Exactly what I posted on
Yeah, you
Slack.
can copy and paste from Slack.
Yeah, star, yeah, and system CTL enable HTTP. Okay, and now I'm gonna say echo HTML h1 HTML, and then var. Okay, so now I need to get something that makes the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead here and get the host. Okay, the host. I can say host, right? And say curl HTTP 169, 254, 169, 254, and then latest metadata, and then hostname. Okay, so I get that. And then I can get this, probably this guy here, the instance ID, right? And I can say instance ID. Instance ID, right? And here we can say instance ID. Right? And I'm gonna get the availability zone. So I can say EC2 availability zone, right? And I can say curl, and I will use an S here. And I will use here curl S. I will copy this guy up to here. And here I'm gonna say placement. And I want to say availability. So
You can also expand the text box because my stupid mouse is going all over the place. For so it's easier to type.
yeah, I can't extend it. Oh,
The right corner.
yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
There you go. That's so much easier.
Yeah. So right now I can say here, I can say instance ID. Instance ID. Right? I can say H2, close H2, and say host. Host. And then H3, close H3, and I can say availability zone. And then I can say this guy here. Okay, so I can copy this on Slack, guys, and you have more information there. right? Be careful with the quotation marks, okay? So H1, instance ID, H1, H2 host, H2, H3 availability zone, H3, close HTML, perfect, perfect, perfect. And here, let me make sure that I have a space here. Okay. Okay. Space. Okay, perfect. Yes, that's it. So here we have this guy here, all the information that we need. And then now I have to check this as well. Assign a public IP to every instance. That's something that I overlooked as well. So you have to assign a public IP to every instance. Right now, the security group is this one. Perfect, perfect. I'm going to select this, choose an existing key. Perfect. And then launch configuration. Okay. Now I have a better guy here. Okay. Okay. User data. Perfect. Nice. Now I can go ahead and create the auto scaling group. Okay. So right now, auto scaling group. Let us do that. My first auto scaling group. Switch to launch configuration. Selected. Next, subnet A, B, and C. Next, attach a load balancer, a classic one, this one. Select the health check. Next, decide capacity 4, minimum 2, 6. No scaling policy protection. Add notification, create a new topic. I'm gonna call it my auto scaling notification event. Put my email. Right, perfect. Now I have this selected, launch, terminate, failed to launch. Next, tags. Every single instance is gonna receive this tag. So Apache web server instance, and I will put here auto scaling group. So every single instance that I create is going to have this. Not that I create, the auto scaling creates is going to have this tag. Next, and then I review my auto scaling configuration. Right, perfect. Everything is perfect here.
What did you put for the tag?
I put this.
Oh, ASG Apache Web Server instance.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So I created a scaling group. So right now, my desired capacity is 4. I don't have any instances yet, right? But it will create the instances right now. Okay. So let us wait. You see instances 4. So now if I move up and assist instance management, I will see that I have 4 instances that are healthy, right? So far. And they are in the pending lifecycle hook, means they're pending. The load balancer here, the load balancer will have 4 instances that are pending registration, most likely. Okay, so if I take a look at the instances here, there are 3 instances that are out of service, and those are the ones that they're registered now. I'm missing 1. I need to have 4. Okay, so right now, I just okay, the health. Okay. Okay, guys, did I put in the configuration, in the logic configuration? Let me take a look at the user data.
I have 4 instances underneath my classic load balancer. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
But I have 2 1Bs.
Okay. Yeah, because we selected 4 instances and we only selected 3 availability zones. So it's going to distribute them. In your case, you have 2 Bs, I have 2 As. Okay. You see, I have 2 As, you have 1B, 1C. Okay, so my instance, it says that it has failed at least unhealthy threshold number of health checks consecutively. So probably because the security group is not, probably the security group. Okay, let me go ahead and change the security group here. Okay, so the instances are running right now. Let me say here, change the security group, right? So, okay, this is not the security group that I'm supposed to have. It's the last load balancer. So let me check here and take a look at that. Well, actually, that's the one that it has. Okay, security group, guys, most likely. Let me choose this guy. Let's see what happens. So right now, go back to my load balancer here. And now there's 4 instances that are not in service. So
Maybe you went so fast you skipped something on accident.
okay. Okay, let me remove this from the load balancer. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and from the auto scaling group, let me from here, let me delete 4 instances, these 4 instances, and it will create 4 more. Okay, so let me terminate them, and you will see how now auto scaling will create 4 more. Okay, so go back to auto scaling, and right now auto scaling begins to deregister the instances. Okay. So right now in the instance management, it says that soon they will become unhealthy because they were terminated, right? So it just takes some time for that to realize, right? Okay. So the word terminated, as we see here, right? So they need to show unhealthy. It takes some time. So 44C5, 44C5 is terminated. So it's just a matter of time before it shows unhealthy because it's terminated, right? It will. It just takes some time, right? Okay. Okay. So let us wait for that to happen. There you go. The first one showed. It's terminating. It will.
Well, don't you have it set to 300 seconds? So that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. It's a very long training connection time.
That's
But
why I
that's
was
okay.
like, do
You
30
see? Yeah,
seconds.
it created another one. It created another one. You see? So now the last little balancer is not showing an instance. So that's
Oh, you can edit the connections draining right there, I think. To make it a little quicker.
it's right here. You see? The first one showed. Instance has not passed the configure healthy threshold number of health consecutive. I need to take a look at the elastic load balancer. Why is this giving me this error? Okay. Let me take a look at that guy. Okay, so health check. 480 index HTML. 480. Okay. Just looking for 480. Right. And in my instance, it instances, I don't have 480. Unhealthy, the other one. So let me check here something. This is when it gets really, really annoying, right? So I have one instance here, and then instance is shaping the security group, and then it's 480, right? And the
So
user data.
is it only gonna create a new instance every 5 minutes? Like one instance at a time? Does connection draining happen simultaneously if like all your instances are terminated?
Yeah, but
Does
this
it
is
only do
only
it one
for,
at a time?
this is only for in-flight requests. If there's no flight request, it becomes out of service automatically. It doesn't wait
Oh,
5
okay.
minutes. It seems that there's
I
some
see.
sort of delay or something. Well, it says here that echo here, everything to var HTML index that HTML. So let me take a look at this particular instance IP address. Okay, let me see. Oh, this is not working. Okay, this is not working. So that's probably, it says, that's probably it's not passing the check. So something is wrong with the user data. Okay, something is wrong with the user data. And this is good that it happens because this is a way to troubleshoot a problem. So I can check the instance itself, and it is not even letting me see the browser, right? So the instance itself is not working. So I don't have a way to do that. So there's no way to edit the launch configuration. So I can come here and try to edit it, but it doesn't let me edit it. Right? It's create, delete, or copy. Right? So
Can
I
we do,
cannot.
yeah. Professor, can we do SSH into the instance and try running HTTPD from there? Yes.
Yeah, but the problem is that you have to do it one by one. We don't want that, right? So this guy has to be correct for every single instance that we create to show that. Because imagine we have to create 100 instances. Are you going to SSH into each of them?
No,
It's
just
great.
for now,
It's-
like what we did, and try to get it
Okay.
working that way also.
Okay. Let me see. It's a good idea. Why not? So I'm going to SSH into that instance, one of them, right? And I'm going to go ahead and change something. So I'm going to go ahead and SSH into the instance and see what happens. Okay.
Are we supposed to take note of the curl command, Professor?
Of the what?
The
Curl?
curl, the curl command.
The curl? Take
Yeah.
notes? What do you mean?
I mean, like, is to know the 169.254 thing.
Yeah, let me take a look at that. Let's see what's going on here. Var. Mhm. Var. What? Something is wrong. For guys, something is wrong because it didn't even create it. It didn't even create the file. So something is wrong with our initial.
You have an error in your code. You said index.html/.
Where?
Go to your user data into your launch configuration.
Okay.
I double checked it there. You have a typo, I think.
If you have a
So
typo, it doesn't work.
go back to your
It
go
doesn't
back to
work.
your
If
user data and the launch configurations.
No, it's right here.
See,
Where is it?
oh weird, I have it on mine when I copied it. Because mine says index.htmlw. I don't know why I have it. I just copied and pasted. Your it doesn't
This is
even
a
have
user,
it in the,
this is a user data that is passed on to the instance, right? But something is not right here. So something is missing here somewhere. Okay. var www html index.html. So what is wrong here? HDBD. Okay. Okay, curl, HTTP 169.254, 169.254, latest metadata, host name. Yeah, that's what it is. And curl, probably the S that I added, most likely. That's the only difference compared to the other ones. So let me go ahead and do something here. Let me just do something real quick here. And let me see. I'm going to copy this guy. And I will create another instance real quick. Right? Real quick. And then quick. Any availability zone enable. And then here, I will remove the S.
yeah, I took a screenshot of mine. I thought yours was maybe the same. Look at my last line.
Yeah, so
It's like all messed up.
yeah, so
I didn't notice that when I was trying to rush through it.
okay. Availability zone. Okay, placement.
And I
Okay.
can't edit that, right? I have to redo it.
Yeah. That's the worst thing about this
Yeah,
guy.
be another long launch instance.
Yes. So let me just launch the instance real quick. Let's see what happens with this guy. Let me see if it is the S that I added. Probably. And that, if that's wrong, it would not pass the check from the load balancer. Okay. So now, right now, it's in the pending status. Let's see when it just launched as. You see, I have a bunch of instances. I have so many instances right now. Pending. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's running now. It's right here. So I'm gonna get the public IP and see.
You have to wait for it to pass the checks first.
No, not necessarily, but
Okay.
in Mac, sometimes it takes some time. Let me SSH into this instance. Let me see.
Yeah, I
this
think
is,
I know the lab tells us to wait for the checks to pass, but I don't know if you had to.
okay, let me, this is so annoying, my friends. Okay, so let me SSH into the instance again. This one here. And then yes. And then sudo cd var cd www. You see? Okay, cd www. Okay, ls. It's not being installed. It's not installing the server. It's not. So something is wrong with the user data. And that's what's happening. It's supposed to create a www folder here. It's not creating it. So something, I messed up with the code there, and I will have to do what I did before and not improvise so much. That's what I have to do. I get the lesson from here, right? I'm always improvising and things like that. That's what I got that. So let me go ahead and copy the one that we did before, right? This one here, right? This is the one that we did before. And right now we're gonna get the host name. This is what we're gonna get. Host, and then curl. And I'm gonna copy, make sure that I copy the correct guy. Okay. Right, that's the host. And then here I said with host. All right, no more invention. Let me change this. Okay, that's it. So that should work. Okay, security group. Make sure the security group is the Apache one that contained 80. Okay, launch, and then this. All right, that should work now. Okay, so this become more lengthier. I mean, much lengthier than it was supposed to.
So many terminated.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely crazy. I have to wait a few hours for that to disappear from there. All right, so now it's pending. So let us see what's going on here. Pending. Come on, guy. Pending. 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 Well, I guess we have to do it now. All right, so now I do this and I get, still getting this. What's going on here? All right, security group. Security group, Pablo?
Are you supposed to be using the Apache security group or the ELB security group?
Okay, so it works, right?
Oh, never mind.
It works. Now, what we have to do now is Ah, you're not gonna like this.
Do all over again, launch
Yes.
auto scaling group.
Yes, but don't worry. Just watch me. Watch me. So what I'm gonna do is first, I'm going to delete the auto scaling group, right? Just watch me. Now I'm gonna delete the launch configuration. Okay, perfect. Now what I have to do, and when you delete auto scaling, it will delete every single instance that it created. Okay, that's automatic. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that particular user data, right? Because that's the one that's working. Okay, I'm gonna get this guy, right? And I'm going to delete this guy too. Okay. And now all of them are either shutting down or terminated. Good. Let me go ahead and do this again, guys. Be patient with me. I want to do it as fast as possible, right? So that we can get there soon enough. Okay. Okay. User data here. Okay. Perfect. So now I'm gonna get the instance ID. I'm sorry, the AMI ID. And I'm gonna use it here. My first launch configuration, AMI, this one, perfect. T2.micro, right? You see, when there's a mistake with the code, it doesn't pass the check with the Elastic load balancer.
Don't you have to assign a public IP to every instance?
Yes, thank you very much. Good. Thank you.
So you don't have to do it again.
Yes. Okay, everything is fine here. I cannot forget anything, otherwise I'll have to do it again. So guys, if you see something, let me know. Okay, good. Launch configuration, done. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create an auto scaling group. Quick. So now I create an auto scaling group, my first auto scaling group, switch to long configuration, select this one, next. So that's this one. Perfect, A, B, C. Okay, attach this, classic, my classic load balancer, EAB, perfect. We say 4, 2, 6. Perfect. And now we say notification. Let me create a new one. Your topic, my C not if, okay? I'll say this. Perfect. And now next tags. I'm gonna use the one that I used before, right? Which I copy on Slack. Okay, done. Guys, let us cross fingers that this time it works. Okay. So now,
Everything looks good.
well, apparently. So here we have the 4 instances that are pending. Very good. Let me take the last load balancer. Well, I don't see a reason why. This has been 21 instances. Okay, I don't see a reason why it would not pass the check. Don't see a reason.
The only thing
why.
was the user data was messed up. That's it, and we fixed it, so it should work.
So let us wait for that to show. Okay.
I didn't even bother fixing mine. I was too lazy to make another one.
So now there's service. So let me take one of them, and let's see if it's creating that. Let me see the IP address. That should work because we tested it, right? Well, it works. This one works. Okay, so I don't see a reason why this guy will be out of service. Okay, oh my God. I don't understand. Oh, look at this. This is,
Nice.
I'm so confused. You see how it said that it didn't pass the check and all of a sudden it passed it? I'm getting crazy here. So what I have to do now is get this guy and paste it. And I get all these guys. Nice. You see? Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the 211.EC2. Okay, 211.EC2. I'm going to stop that guy. Okay, I'm going to stop that guy. 211.EC2. Okay, so instances. Oh, let me look for that one. 211.EC2. Where is it? Okay, it's not that one, it's the internal one. 211.EC2. See there? I'm going to stop this guy. Okay, so interstate stop. Okay, so that will become unhealthy, right? So we're going to see this, that one stopping now, right? The one that has 68D3 instance ID. So we're going to go back to autoscaling group. So this one, 68D3, right? So this is the autoscaling group, but the load balancer will somehow stop sending traffic there. Okay, so out of service. You see, out of service. So right now, instance is in the stop state. Okay, so that will notify autoscaling. So autoscaling is right here, and it will declare that instance unhealthy, which is this one. Okay, we just have to wait, right? And this one is in the stop state. Okay, so if I now see this, I would not see 211 EC2 anymore. You see, it's not sending traffic to that instance anymore, right? So now we have to wait until autoscaling realizes that this is not healthy. It's right there. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So this one is not healthy anymore because it was notified by the last load balancer, right? And we see what happens. See what happens. In the meantime, elastic load balancer is sending traffic to every single instance but 211.1.EC2. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, what do you see here? What do you see here?
Terminating.
It's terminating the instance, right? Even though I stopped it, it's terminating the instance. It's right here. Let me refresh this. It's shutting down. Where is it? Well, it terminated already, right?
Right there.
And it's pending. It's
Terminated.
creating another one. It's creating another one. So right here, we see that in autoscaling, there's another one that's coming. You see, pending. And then elastic load balancer will be notified as well, right? It was removed. The one that was terminated was removed. And soon it will show the other one. So that's how it works. You see, one instance gets stopped, autoscaling declares it unhealthy, right? After the last load balancer gets it out of service, and then it just terminates it and creates a new one, right? And that's how it works. So it will be soon, that one will be healthy, the one that is pending. It's pending, it's still pending. Soon it will be in service, and the elastic load balancer will register the new one. Okay? For now, we're still highly available because we have three. We have three instances that are in service. So right now, let's see, still pending.
Can you check your email in the meantime? to see
Yes,
if you get
I
the
will check my
terminated
email.
stuff?
I will check my emails. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah,
First,
so the SNS
first,
is working too, because mine
first-
worked.
First, I
earlier.
have to confirm. I have to confirm the subscription. So I'm going to confirm
Yeah.
the subscription, and now is when I start getting the notifications. In the meantime, I didn't get
Okay,
anything
so you didn't
because
get one yet, okay.
yeah, I didn't confirm that. So let's see now. Let's see auto scaling. Still pending. I don't know why it's taking so long. I have this guy. Let me see. It's already running, right? It's running already, but it takes some time for auto scaling to declare it in service. But from the instance, from the EC2 dashboard, you see that it's not pending anymore. It's simply, let me filter this out. And we have some better look here. So right now it's running, right? It's running. And see here, what's the latest one? This one. So that is 10E8, 10E8, right? Still pending. Still pending. So it's thinking there's a certain delay there. We're still highly available because we still have three, right? But it's still pending. I don't know why. And
Is
if this
there
is
a configuration that can speed this up?
well,
Or is
probably
this just how it works? Like,
no. I
default?
think I think that the interval is very high. Maybe the numbers of the load balancer, they have to be probably a little. You see, guys, this is awesome. The instance is already registered with the load balancer. The new instance, you see, it's right here. Guys, now we start getting new traffic. So we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see? Now, why not? Why not go to the instances and change the security group? Remember, the security group is back to 8080, or it's back to 80. Why not put the security group of the Elastic Load Balancer?
If you made it public to us and we kept refreshing the page, would that be, and you stopped it, could that be an example of in-flight?
Which one? The stop?
You know,
Oh,
you know how you feel the in-flight connection draining? Like if you made
yes.
it public so that we all go to it and keep refreshing the page, would that be considered like in-flight connection requests? Or would you have to have like something more than just a refresh page? You have to click on something within the web page.
No, I don't think it is, because as we stopped it, right? And it was not well. When we stopped
there was no traffic, so that's why I stopped it automatically. But would it be considered traffic, in-flight traffic, if we all like were using it and then kept refreshing?
Yeah, it is,
You know
because
what I mean?
we realized that there were some delay between the last load balancer and the auto scaling group.
Yeah.
So that is exactly that connection they're needing. That time between the unhealthy and the deregistered state.
That's what I was saying. Like, if I thought you're saying like there's no in-flight, so that's why it doesn't matter to because you can edit it right there, the connection draining, and maybe that'll speed it up.
Yeah.
To 30 seconds instead of 300 seconds.
Yeah. I should have put a shorter.
You can edit it right now, right at that screen.
Yeah. Let me see if it works now, because I changed the security group. Okay. So I changed it to the Elastic Load Balancer. Let's see. So it's still working, right? And what if I take the instance as such, and I get the IP? Okay. Voila, it works. So it's not displaying anything. But the last little bouncer is working. Okay. So guys, description, edit. Okay. Edit health check. So we can change here from connection training. Mhm.
No, go back to the right there, instances. Right there at the top, it says connection training, right underneath
All right,
instances.
good.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Do 30 seconds instead of 300.
Thank you. Good catch. Good. I'm more familiar with the application load balancer, the classic load balancer. That's good. Very good. So guys, do you understand? It's a lot of steps, but as you can see, I selected 3 availability zones, but I created 4 instances. That's why I put 2 in the 1B availability zone. If I select four availability zones, it will put 1 in each availability zone. Okay, but it's just repeated. It makes sense, right? Because we have 4 instances for 3 availability zones, so 1 has to be repeated, right? But this is how it works, guys. We created an logic configuration. We created an auto-scaling group. We attach the load balancer to the auto-scaling group. We added some user data in the launch configuration, which is passed on to every single instance. And we display something in the browser. We stopped an instance. Auto-scaling considers it unhealthy after a few health checks. The last load balancer takes it out of service, and auto-scaling will terminate that one and create a new one. And then that is automatically registered with the load balancer, and it gets to an in-service status. So we changed the security group. We now cannot connect to the instance. It just times out, right? But we can still connect to have some display here on the browser with the last load balancer. So this is a little more advanced than we did before. What we did before was just the last load balancer with the instances. Now we added auto-scaling group, right? And what we're gonna do now is add a scaling policy. Let's see if we can do that, right? So here in the last load balancer, what we can do is, so now here in the auto-scaling group. So what we can do is automatic scaling, right? And here I can schedule an action, right? An action schedule action. So I can say, well, this is my schedule action. Okay, so I want to change the desired capacity to 6, the minimum to 4, and the maximum to 8, right? This is gonna be recurrent every day, and it creates a cron job for me. Every day starting today, and this is UTC, this is 4 hours from now. So what time is right now? 3:56. That's gonna be 7:56. Let's say that we want this for 20, which is 8, right? 8 is 4 o'clock here. Okay, perfect. We can set a time here, end time. We don't want that. We want that to happen every single day. So right now we're gonna create that, and that's it. So we create a first schedule action, right? So at 4 p.m., we're gonna see that this desired capacity will change from 4 to 6, the minimum from 2 to 4, and the maximum from 6 to 8. Okay, very good. Okay,
And you can edit that within your own auto scaling scaling group. You don't have to make a new one or
Yes.
anything, right? That's
You
nice.
can edit it. Okay.
No, I mean like you did it within my first ASG, so you didn't have to make a new auto scaling group or anything.
No. That's gonna happen with this org scaling group. Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I
So
thought it would
that-
take longer than that.
no, it's short. We can add a policy. This could be a target tracking scaling, a step scaling, and simple scaling. Okay. For that, we will have to create an alarm in CloudWatch. Okay. For now, let us wait until 4 so that we can see how this changes. Details, right now we have desired capacity 4, minimum capacity 2, maximum capacity 6. Everything is working perfectly. We don't have anything here. So I can add another availability zone. So this would be D and update. So now when it comes, the desired capacity becomes 6, right? I will, and let me go ahead and choose 2 more so that each instance can be put in every availability zone, because I'm in Northern Virginia, so I have 6 availability zones, 6 instances running. Okay, so update. Perfect. I have all my availability zones here. Here, the subnets. I have the load balancer. This is the health check. I can, this is by default selected. I cannot change that. Perfect. That's it. So now we have to wait to see how this changes, right? Okay. So